Yeah. Hey there, beer
Hi, man.
tubers. Hi.
What are you doing now?
Right. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101. Your host, Macwill Star. Tonight, we're going to do something that Mr. Greg, Mr. Arsehole over here, sent me. We're going to do Great Lakes Brewing's damn thing focuses. Whoop, there we go. HazeMama, New England style IPA for Great Lakes Brewing. Yay, 7% ABV. We'll get into the details of that here quite soon. But first and foremost, let's introduce who we have with us tonight, which includes for real in the live for a first time in a while, Mr. Redbeard. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Not So Virtual Beard?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
It
has been a little while, and I'm happy to be here and stuff, and happy to be able to help someone else also be here.
Yeah, I see that, and we're about to talk about that right now because Miss Lady Lee is here.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic.
Cool.
She's in the compound.
Right. Your very first Beer Analysis 101. Thank you for coming on.
Because of this guy. Oh, I can't even see what he wants. He's here somewhere.
Redbeard behind you. It's like you got a mini Redbeard on your shoulder or something.
It's one of those inflatable tube men.
That's what we wanted. We wanted to make it look like he was like, I just control him.
Just like a tiny beer. You should totally get like one of those, like make it out of popsicle sticks and make it look like you're dancing him like a marionette.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that just looks silly.
Yeah, it's just creepy.
All right. Okay. Speaking of creepy, let's go over to Ashley.
Seriously, man.
Mr. Sexton.
God, I always like
not
the
as
glasses
creepy as
are really off center here. What the hell's going on?
We're all a little off center.
I don't know. Doing great. Thanks for having me, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Hope the viewers are doing well. Same with the panelists, staying safe, not recklessly wandering around their neighborhoods and doing stupid shit.
Not recklessly wandering around their neighborhoods wearing not enough jacket.
Exactly.
It's a dangerous time nowadays.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see Redbeard's taking it seriously.
Well, there's supposed to be like this polar vortex coming in Ontario, I think, this week. So it's like super cold.
Oh, it's here, Nick.
How cold is it in Ontario right now? It's like -9 here.
It's about the same.
I think it's like minus. Well, it's crazy winds today. Like it's like -6, but it feels like -17 or something.
Well, you guys get snow.
A little bit, not much.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go over to Mr. Greg. How you doing tonight, Mr. Jacket Greg?
I'm doing well, Nick, here with all my friends, especially Nick, because Nick and I are best friends. And also, let's phrase of the day, Santa Boudoir.
Santa Boudoir. Oh, God.
Santa Boudoir out in the Arctic.
Oh, Jesus. I wish I could like not see that. It's like one of those things you see it, can't be unseen.
Nick, just be happy that's all you've seen so far.
Maybe we'll talk. Well, oh God, what did you PM you, private message you shit or something?
No, but I'm just saying, knowing him, he'll post more.
This is going to post more about the North Pole.
Yeah, and it's sad.
Anyway, all right, let's go over to moi, and I'm going to talk about tonight's beer with the beer history on Great Lakes Brewery's HazeMama. So the story of Great Lakes Brewery, we know most of this already. I'm going to reiterate because I didn't feel like rewriting it to make it shorter. So the story of Great Lakes Brewery begins in Brampton, Ontario, 1987, opened by Bruce Cornish and a group of 4 silent partners. They chose the name Great Lakes as the 5 founders had a dream of eventually opening up a brewery along all of the Great Lakes. The brewery began as a malt extract brewery, making lager and pale ale called Great Lakes Lager and Unicorn Ale, respectively. Within 4 years, however, Cornish and his partners had run out of capital to keep the brewery running. Tobico construction magnate and Peter Balut Sr. agreed to purchase the brewery in 1990. Balut Sr. made the switch to an all-grain brewery and relocated the brewery to Etobicoke in 1991, their current location. Eventually, GLB would open a retail outlet at the brewery in 2000, selling 6-packs of Golden Horseshoe premium lager and Red Leaf lager in bottles. Red Leaf lager should be noted because it's still made. In 2006, GLB launched Devil's Pale Ale 666 at the Toronto Festival of Beer, which became one of the first craft brewed hoppy pale ales to appear on LCBO shelves when it was listed in fall of 2007. Helped start the trend towards hoppier beers in Ontario, which is relevant information because we're drinking an IPA tonight. However, in 2009, Bluth Senior's health was declining as children Bluth Jr. and Anita Jewell took on day-to-day operations of the brewery. This change brought with new brewing and team and new brands and marketing that led to new success for the brewery and the burgeoning craft beer movement. Sadly, Bluth Sr. would pass away in 2010, leaving the brewery to his family to run, with Bluth Jr. stepping up as president and chief brewing officer, which he still is today. Other beers from Great Lakes Brewing include, and there's actually a few here that we've done BA 101s before, like Canuck Pale Ale we did. There's also Pompous Ass, which is fittingly named for Greg. The Red Leaf Lager, which we already talked about. RoboHop Imperial IPA, had one of those over the weekend. Octopus Wants to Fight. Miami White Sweet Ale, Harry Porter, Long Dong Pilsner, had to stick the Long Dong in somewhere, and many more. All right, so the story of HazeMama is that it's a 7% ABV, 35 IBU, New England style pale ale, New England style IPA, brewed with using a unique yeast strain that is, their words, the essential ingredient in accessing a balanced and divine state of consciousness. Sounds like marketing horseshit. Originally released as a one-off as the one-off Voodoo HazeMama in early 2019, it was added to their year-round GLB lineup on April 30th of 2020 with the new label and altered name, but using the exact same recipe. So GLB has stated several times that this beer pairs well with brownies. What kind of brownies is probably not much too much to imagination. All right, so let's skip ahead to read off beer history, and fittingly after that last brownie comment, let's go over to Mr. Redbeard.
Also, the beer's 20 cents off until beginning of January currently, if you're in Ontario. So, you know.
Which ironically, after you told us that, GLB made a tweet about it.
No, they made the tweet, and I saw that. Yeah,
it was earlier.
I
well, I was going to give you discovery credit, but I take it away.
Honestly, I'm a big fan of this beer. I never had the OG non all the time release called Voodoo, whatever it was, but this one is it's one of my go-to beers. Great Lakes is always one of my go-to breweries, but this is one of my definite go-to beers from my go-to brewery. And as long as it's within a couple months of freshness, it's a super solid New England IPA. And one of the better ones out there in my personal opinion. So yeah.
And by the way, the camera's sort of rocking back and forth like it's
It wasn't going that bad, so I could make it worse.
There we go.
Rockabye Redbeard. Be careful, his Lego may drop. Anyway, let's go over to Lady Lee. Hi, Lady Lee.
Hello.
Oh, all right, and we already know how you're doing tonight. Now, what's your experience with this beer or even the brewery itself?
Redbeard bought me one today.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, so you've never had no experience at all. All right.
No, I've never come in encounter with it. I've never touched it. I've never seen it. I didn't even know it existed till today.
Now, have you had other New England style IPAs before? Or you must have around your Redbeard.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I probably sipped something here or there, but I really couldn't tell you. I'm all new to this, so
nice.
Be kind to me.
Hey, first time for everything. All right, let's go over to Mr. Ashley Sexton, who's muted.
Hello. Yes.
What's your history with HazeMama or even DLB?
Well, I mean, I think we're probably encroaching on Great Lakes being the most reviewed.
They're catching up with Carl Marks, right. I think.
So exactly. So I mean, it's a I've had pretty much everything from GLB that's come to the LCBO. Not as much that goes straight to the brewery, much like Greg. However, everything that's new that they push out to the shelves, I will have. I have had this one before. But I think I'd only had it once, maybe twice, just because my palate is very much off the haze, the craze haze train that goes straight to hell, and all the IPA iterations that fall underneath that umbrella. I've just sort of shied away from, just generally a little bit. So I think I've only had this, as I said, maybe once or twice, but now that I've actually read the blurb on the back of it, I'm a little bit more interested to find out what yeast they're using. But that's just me. So here we go. I've had it before. I bought one of these like 3 weeks ago. We were talking about the GLV beers. I drank that, and now I'm having it again. So let's just say 3 times.
So you're interested in seeing what it tastes like. You already know what it tastes like. In fact, you've even got some in your mouth right now.
I already know what it tastes like. I'm just more intrigued now by the yeast strain that they use.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't find any information about what yeast strain. It's just they made it sound like it's something they cultivated. It's probably just something from the Scarpin Labs or something.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to Mr. Man of the Hour that at least got me this beer anyway. What's your experience?
You paid me, Nick, by taking all my content off Pornhub. Shame on you.
Sorry, they had to take it all down. I don't know why.
Damn it. Those are masterpieces. Now gone forever.
Masturbate pieces.
Now, listen, gather around, youngins. Gather around, and I'll tell you a tale. Nick may have added this in his history. I don't listen to his history, but I may be repeating what he said already. But this beer actually started off as this beer.
Voodoo HazeMama.
Voodoo HazeMama. And it used to be a one-off beer they released every now and then. It was 7.2%, so it was 2.2% better than this beer. And then they just decided to make it a full-time beer, and they may have tweaked the recipe, but it's basically the same beer. The other one was basically just like a Paul-type drawing. That used to be it. And then they made it like into a weed beer. Like, oh, this is what you're gonna see if you have a bunch of weed and beer. And I'm assuming that's what happens when you have weed and beer together. So yes, I've tapped in the old one. I've tapped in the new one once, which means I've legally had it twice, but realistically, I think I've had it like 3 or 4 times. I can't go into spoilers, but it's not a go-to for me.
All right. Well, that's a suffice. All right, so let's go back out the full panel, and we have a whole bunch of comments, mostly from Mr. Lee Russell.
I'll read them.
All right, go ahead.
Wait, no. What's your history with this beer? Then I'll read the comments.
All right, I have to be fair and introduce. What's my history with this beer?
Yeah.
I'm about 3 seconds old.
There you go.
There we go.
I've had plenty of beers from Great Lakes Brewing. I don't think I had a chance to have this when it was like on tap at the. I've been to GLB twice, maybe 3 times now, I think. I went 17, 18, and 19 when I was visiting Greg in Etobicoke. That's, and I think 2017, I didn't even visit him that year.
I was there the one time. It was fun.
The one time your rib was broken. But I don't think in either of my visits I had this beer. So, yeah.
I don't think it was around last time you were here. Like it was like one of those beers they made every now and then, and unless you just happened to get it while it was out.
Yeah, like I wrote down, it was they said on their website that it first came out in early 2019, so there was a chance maybe it was available, but I think we had that chicken one or whatever it was called.
When you were here, the chicken one and the Bigfoot one came out at the same time.
Fine Young Cannibal Chickens.
That's the one.
That's the one. All right, let's go over to Ashley.
Yes, so we have Lee Russell in chat. He said, "Oh, Lady Lee, finally some class on this show."
What? I'm not classy?
To which Lady Lee responded with some, I'm assuming that's
it's a heart
emoji giving a bunch of love and hugs and stuff. It looks like he's, I don't know. Is that like a Wi-Fi signal above the heart? Like
Wi-Fi signal. It does.
So you're just happy that you got Wi-Fi?
I think because it says virtual hug for the thing, so I think it's just like an internet hug.
I think he's actually bending. I think he's actually bending over forward and farting.
Yeah, I was doing that too. And then Lee Russell says, "Just stepped out of the shower, so watching naked." You are welcome for that mental image.
That's more than I need to know. I'll put that
thanks
up there
him.
so everybody else thinks of it.
God, Lee thanks him, and then Lee says Carrie is a paid shill. I'm assuming
Probably
he
true.
means for
Not
GLB.
wrong.
Redbeard was offended by that. Says it was uncalled for. And then, for some inexplicable reason, Greg wants Lee to do some Santa Boudoir.
Yes.
And then, our old friend Teku Murray, and I emphasize old, says Ashley leaning into that screen like Alberta Lee,
Oh wow,
or whatever that guy's.
that's an old school reference.
What was his name again? I don't know.
Actually, we can't see you. You can't see her. You're too far away.
Or whatever that gangrene GUI was. Guy? Is that gangrene?
Oh, God, Stephen Orr.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's Steve. But
He's the guy. He was like from BC or something.
Well, if you could type properly, gangrene GUI, I don't know. Whatever.
Well, you know what? How about we ask Stuart?
And then Lee says, good night, perverts, off to work. And that sensational says, woo, I am here for Lee.
Lee said God night.
Nice.
That's exciting. I like
That's
Hold on, Lee.
sensational.
it.
Do we know who that is, or is that just some creeper in the back?
No, I think that's one of my friends. I sent
Oh,
it.
okay.
Oh.
Hello, friendly creeper.
And then Lee is the best.
Oh, well, they're not wrong.
I'm blushing. Stop.
Aw. Oh.
She is.
No, don't-
Ah.
Alrighty, so I'm still coming up with tasting notes on this thing here. So
Oh God. Mm.
That's all the comments. Or it's not. I am a creeper. And GUI, graphical user. Oh, GUI.
gooey in her face. Oh Jesus!
Oh, God. You're
Get all gooey in her face.
He's like-
you-
He's like 3 days in lockdown. 3 days in lockdown, and he's already busting out the terrible
3
jokes.
days in lockdown.
Oh, my God. Windsor's lockdown.
Oh, are they? I
Really?
didn't even know
Ooh,
that.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that, Greg? Did you know that York's lockdown, too?
Dude, if it's not Toronto, I don't pay attention. Or maybe Mississauga too, because sometimes go there.
Mississauga's lockdown. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's Peel's all locked down.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
But I can still go to Halton Hills, which is your sister mall, Ashley, and I can go to your store and I can go to the Arc'teryx store, so it's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, you're doing exactly what you shouldn't be doing. That's okay. That's a conversation for another time.
Hey, lucky for me, no one goes to the Arc'teryx store. It's always empty. I don't know how they stay in business.
So yeah, that's all I got for comments. Oh no, there's more, but whatever. It's just
They just
Teku Murray.
They've had outlets for years, and yes, I am the poors, and I like to frequent their outlets.
Sold out to the pores. Oh my God. So terrible. Oh man.
Alrighty.
Oh God. Are you taking your notes there, Nick?
Yeah, I think I don't really have much whole lot to say. I'm just enjoying the beer, enjoying the moment.
Redbeard, are you enjoying the beer?
Yes, I am.
It seemed like your hand twisted kind of weird there.
Yeah, that was sort of like it was like this or a little. Oh.
I don't know. I hit my camera and did the unmute thing and went like that. I guess kind of as it went away and it came off as look at my weird claw hand. I don't know. Sorry.
You're like that weird dude in one of the scary movies that claw, and he kept touching people's faces.
No, he had a tiny hand. That was who played that guy? I can't.
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Yeah, he used to be on Saturday Night Live. I don't know his name. But
Yeah,
Chris Farley,
no, skinny guy.
skinny guy.
skinny guy. Okay,
Possibly still named Chris. He was also one of the guys, the father in How I Met Your Mother, who was making the board games, and a bunch of other. He was in Captain
Well,
Captain
you-
oh,
Is that accurate? I don't know.
what is it?
Chris Elliott.
That might be it. That's
Yeah.
not Chris Farley.
You were saying Chris Elliott. Chris Farley's was a big guy. He's
Yeah, and dead. Chris Elliott. The other guy's
Yeah.
still alive.
Yeah, it is Chris Elliott.
Nice. Okay, look at that. We solved this a tiny mystery that we had for some
The
reason.
program we're using StreamYard, which is a website.
Free for what we use it for.
It's free. We only have 6 people. That's why we have Powered by StreamYard in the corner.
What does he mean by Harold and Kumar was the movie?
I think he thinks we were referring to that movie, but no, it was Scary Movie 2, I think.
It was 2 or 3. I think it might have been. It was one of the Scary Movie ones for sure.
I'm gonna say it probably wasn't 3 because I don't think I've ever seen 3. I'm pretty sure it was 2.
I'm not sure. I can't recall. I remember kind of not vividly, but best, I guess you'd say the first one.
I mean, let's be honest,
Yeah.
it wasn't a very good movie.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fine. All right. So,
I feel we're causing quite the conversation in the comments about this.
I know. I'm not even keeping up. You guys can pay attention to that.
Yeah, eight people watching right now. Cheers, everybody.
yeah, wow. Actually, 2 different actors.
Wow, it's almost like if we bring a lady on the panel, people will watch.
Everybody gets all shy and doesn't comment because the
or maybe they're here for Carrie. I don't know. We haven't had Carrie on.
the sudden increase in estrogen around here.
It's quite
Thank you, Greg.
Driving that.
You're welcome.
You
driving
muted
that
or something, Nate?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were like you didn't hear you for a second there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Carrie, is there any way you can like up her mic volume? Because I'm having I can barely hear her.
Very quiet.
She was fine before. I'm not sure what
Can I
happened.
say something?
I am saying something.
Still light.
It kind of is. I'm not sure what I could.
I don't know. I was working before.
All right,
that's
well,
weird. Now I'm getting it's all quiet and there's an echo.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. No, as long as we hear you clearly, that's all I really care about.
I'll just scream in the mic.
Now Redbeard looks really concerned.
It was good before. I'm just confused now. It's not even really like before. Her mic was picking up me talking. It still kind of is, but it was a lot more. And yeah, so something changed.
Now, Ewart says that Leah. I'm sorry, Leah's in space. She is not. She is not in space, and that is not the same headset that you had before. Because I would buy that headset because I want that headset because it is the most ridiculous sounding headset in the history of beer talk.
The space
Ever.
headset.
No, that had the most sweet built-in effect.
Oh, it was like picture perfect, like straight out of the 60s. Like, boom, you were on the moon.
This really fuzzy. I think it was using like headphones as a microphone or something crazy. So it had this really poor sound reproduction that sounded like he was talking through a microphone.
Like literally, he was on like Apollo 13, sitting next to Tom Hanks. There's a problem. That's what it sounded like.
It's like Windsor. We have a problem.
It's amazing. Anyways.
All right. So yes, Chris Elliott. Check out IMDb. Yeah, really did come to see Lee. We didn't have a weird hand, and Harold and Kumar played the freak show, but had normal hands. Wonky hand must have been from Scary Wiki. All right. So where'd Redbeard go?
He's coming. He's just beside me.
I think he's fiddling with the microphone.
Yeah, he's too loud. All right, so I'm going to go with now that Redbeard's back and all flustered. Are you ready to give your final thoughts?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yes.
I feel like we should maybe or meet her. Yeah.
All right, I can meet her. There you go. All right, go for it.
That works. This is a great beer. It's like I said before, one of my go-tos, 7%. So, have a few of them in an evening, get a nice buzz on. It's got it's not like super thin. I don't think I don't even know. Did lactose in this? I don't think so.
Did what?
What?
Lactose. No.
Just
whatever they do to haze it up or whatever, it does have a bit of kind of a bit of a thicker mouthfeel.
like oats.
That'd be the oats, yeah.
Medium-ish kind of, and it's great. I've had better, so it's like for the style, I'd give this like a 9, and personal enjoyment 8.5. Like, I don't like. I don't love it. Like, it's just it's the availability. Like, there aren't a lot of beers that are this up my alley that I can get all the time, kind of thing. This is again one of my go-to, and Greg having the access to the actual brewery and some of the other IPAs they put out, as well as some of their other styles. Like, I can understand why this wouldn't be one of his go-tos, because he's got the source is right there. He can get whatever the fuck he wants. So.
I mean, technically, you've got access to it too. It's just less convenient for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for you, it's right there. Like, you got a nice home, and it's got that in proximity. Like, you lucked out on your purchasing location kind of thing, man.
I mean, there was a certain. It wasn't the reason I bought the place, but there was a certain it's close to GLB. This works.
Yeah. Well, and now that it's been so long, like, yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't want to live further away, kind of thing, because these guys make great beers. And with that in mind, I defer to the next person.
I had to sneeze, sorry. All right, so I'm going to unmute Lee. I'm going to mute Redbeard, and let's go over to her. What do you think, Lee?
Hey.
Hi.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
So.
Uh-oh.
Redbeard.
We can't hear her.
Yeah, you got really quiet there.
Oh, damn it. Give me a second.
Are you sure it wasn't that Redbeard did something? Because didn't he say he muted himself? Suddenly we couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Why don't you go put on Redbeard's headset, and then we'll cast from Redbeard's computer.
We're very quiet, but yes, we can hear you.
You're using a set of headphones with a microphone built in?
Yeah. No,
Is the jack and the laptop plugged in all the way? Like, it's not finicky, is it?
It's in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're doing live IT support.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, we can still hear you. It might be like I hate to say this, a bad wire in the headset.
I would say, why don't you just go sit where Redbeard's sitting and...
Well, here. I'll unmute Redbeard and then just keep talking.
Switch? Should I just switch? Just hold on. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna switch spots.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go to Ashley and we'll come back.
Okay.
All right. Technical difficulties. Sorry, folks.
They should really put in a ticket.
Yeah, we'll put
in the ticket
with Redbeard support.
Oh, I'm like Spilly McSpillerson over here, just throwing beer all over the place.
Oh shit!
Talker.
Oh shit! Lee just kind of screwed herself because now she gets to go after Ashley. So she either.
Oh.
All right. Smells like pineapples.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Smells a little vegetal. Smells a little hot burning. It's like pineapple and then just an overabundance of hops. It's medium to light bodied, soft carbonation. I've been noticing with really hop forward IPAs lately, I'm getting heartburn from them. And I'm not too sure, and I don't think it's necessarily this beer's fault, but I'm developing an aversion to like exceptionally heavily hopped beers, and all I get a lot of times is a slight case of heartburn, and like just very green vegetal flavors come off, almost like everything is just like been over hopped. And I'm not saying that it has been. I think that's just what my palate is just sort of, telling me right now. But I mean, overall, I mean, it's on the aroma, very, very strong punch of pineapple with some vegetalness. I mean, it tastes good, but it's like, it's hoppy, and it's like, it's hazy, but like the haze it's nothing other than it's just hazy. It's not like it's a nice luscious creamy mouthfeel. It's not like it's like pillows. Like a New England IPA should be a nice soft billowy palate accepting drink with a lot of fruity flavors. And while this sort of hits the mark on a few of those things, it's just sort of just fuzzy hoppy beer. And, with, some of those tropical notes. For me, it's mostly pineapple. You ask 10 people, you'll get guava, you'll get fucking passion fruit, this and that. But, I mean, for me, it's pineapple. But at the end, I'm left with a little bit of like a hop burn. And this isn't a young can. This is like a month old. This is, just under a month old. This is November 17th. So it is what it is. Now, when you're looking at this, as a shelfy 7%, New England IPA at a decent price, I think it hits the mark quite well. But I don't see how this would be like it's not world class. It's not like you can, for the same money, you can just grab another shelfie that's like around 6.5% and get the same like everlasting love or effect or whatever the hell it is, the emotion you're trying to get from it. Yeah, I mean, it's not blowing my tits off, but it's all right. For a New England IPA, it's all right. I'll give it a 7.75 for style, and for personal preference, I'll give it a 7. So it is what it is, and now I can feel it. I'm starting to get some acid reflux off it, so it's great. So there we go.
Waft up the throat a little.
Cheers.
All right. Let's go back over to Lady Lee / Red.
Hello.
Sitting next to each other. Surprise.
I'm back.
All right.
So, as I was trying to explain, I'm really not educated when it comes to like beers and everything. Like, this is totally new to me. So, it does taste like beer. That's that. That's there. I'm sorry that I had to follow Ashley. It smells good. Like, as soon as I poured it, the first thing I noticed was that it had a really nice, like, sweet smell to it. Or sweet, like, citrusy smell to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's literally the only thing I tell you. The rest, it's like, okay, I can't tell the difference between one and the other. Maybe one day. I'll get better at this. I swear.
I mean, I never did, so.
You have more knowledge, though. I think you
must have had like an IPA at least at some point before. Like, what it was like? Yeah, what has it compared to like other IPAs you've had?
See, I don't remember what I've had. Like, I've tried lots of different beers. Like, this is kind of a joke. Every time Cody makes me try beer, I always tell him like it tastes like beer. So that's where I'm at right now. But now that I'm actually gonna like compare it, I think I'll do a better job next time.
Okay.
But I do smell the citrusy.
Okay, so like, well, on like a scale of 1 to 10, like, what do you think of it?
Okay, so I'm not much of a beer drinker in general, but I could definitely drink this.
Okay.
It does have like that aftertaste though, so I would say like 7. I give it a 7.
7
yeah.
Be for your overall
enjoyment.
And, like, based on your recollection of IPAs, would you have any kind of like how would you rate it for the style?
I'm not sure on that one.
Not sure. All right,
I'm gonna have to skip on that one.
All right.
Skip.
Do you want me to give it a thing? I don't know what I'm comparing it to. I'll just say 7.
All right.
Because
No,
I'm
all right,
using
I'll
this for
put it
base
at 7.
comparison.
Give her 7s across the board.
Yeah, like, I'm
mean,
gonna use
All
this
right.
for base comparison. Like, it has really nice taste. Like, it does have that drinkable taste. It is drinkable. I would drink this.
you are drinking.
You are drinking it right now.
But it's not like one of those ones where I'd like taste it once and I'm like, I don't want to drink this. Like, it has a good flavor to it. It just has that like aftertaste, like that beery aftertaste. I don't know what to say. Why did I have to follow Ashley?
Yeah,
No, Redbeard, his microphone didn't stop working.
Still know what that was. It's weird.
I don't know.
All
Anyway,
right.
yeah. So 7 and 7.
All right. So now Greg here has to follow everybody.
See, the trick is you gotta listen to what Ashley says, write it down, and then just repeat it in your own words.
I will learn it one day, okay? Give me a break. It's first time. I'm very nervous and have like technical difficulties.
All right.
That's okay. I won't be doing too much better because I actually agree with Lady Lee. Most of what she tastes, I taste. But I will say, so it comes off. I get a little bit of pineapple in the smell. I don't get it in the taste. The taste is mostly, when I first started this, it was mostly grapefruit pith. And now I did make the mistake of pouring the dredges, so I shouldn't have done that because now it's vegetal as fuck and hot burn as fuck. So that's why I've never really dug this beer that much. This is actually one of GLB's kind of few misses for me, and I mean it's not awful by any means, but it's just not something I would see myself buying again anytime soon, unless it's just kind of just to retaste it, see where it's at. So. It's fine. Definitely don't pour the dredges. I'd probably give it an extra half a point if I didn't pour the dredges. I'm gonna go for style 7.5. It's like it kind of hits the mark. It's about average, maybe it's slightly above average in terms of style. I think this really comes down to the taste and what kind of fruit flavors and hot flavors you like in your New England style IPAs. But my own personal enjoyment, I don't know. Like okay, don't pour the dredges. It's a 6.5 if I pour the dredges. Before I pour the dredges, I would give it a 7. So it's kind of an average beer for me. Lots of stuff I'd rather drink. I probably wouldn't buy this again unless I had some reason to. Yeah, it's too green tasting, too much grapefruit pith. Don't really like that. And there's just a lot better stuff out there. Even from GLB, there's a lot better stuff out there. Granted, not all of them are shelfies, although I think Thrust is out now, and that's better than this. And you can get that at most LCBOs. So that's where I'm at. 7.5, 7. It's average. Silence. People are just shocked by this. I know you expect it.
I'm just wondering about your dredges. Like, I've got everything in my can in my glass right now, and there's nothing dredgy about it.
There aren't that many dredges, but it definitely changed the flavor when I actually did this swirl and I threw it in, and yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Hold on, I'm good. I'm trying to show you the diarrhea, but I'm trying to avoid drinking it.
It changed nothing for me.
I just had a little dredge, just like that sludge at the bottom from the hops.
Hey, Greg,
after you pour it in.
Yes.
Next time you go to GLB and you see someone here, and like do you ever when you're at GLB, are there like the back of house people ever out front, like the brewers and stuff like that?
Yep, they're there. I see the owner there all the time. I see Troy, their main like kind of social media guy. Like I see the Mike Lackey, the head brewer over there. They're all around, shooting the shit half the time. I mean, less so during COVID. Now it's a little bit more. More regimented, but no, like when they had their patio open and their tasting bar, sometimes you'd have the head brewer just fucking pouring beers for people.
Next time you see them, ask them, like, say, hey, I'm curious whether or not you use Kvik yeast in this because I find it gives me the shits. Give them a reason, because I'm thinking that's what they used in this was the Kvik yeast. I'm just guessing. And actually, Kvik yeast, I figured it actually does give me the shits. So
wow,
if I have like a furious like Jeff Daniels
bowel movement,
like from like Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber moment tomorrow, that'll sort of prove it to me. But I think that's what they were alluding to in this one.
And that's what we've learned today on Beer Analysis 101 is Kvik yeast gives you just shits.
It does actually. It can for some people.
All right. So let's go over to me, and I will give you my opinion, more like, of this beer.
Are we alluding to something?
Yeah, we're alluding to something. It had this kind of pineapple-y, tangerine, dank aroma. Emphasis on the dank. Its taste was very like pineapple forward, white grapefruit, pithy, rindy kind of background. It's very kind of muted in flavor, but at the same time, it leaves this lingering pithy, and I can't emphasize enough, pithy, earthy resin in the background. I find it's very, hate using the word, like for lots of people, I don't get why people hate using the word dank. It's kind of accurate. It's got this kind of like kind of rough, oniony kind of taste. And you know what the scary thing is? This can is like 2.5 months old. This can at the end of September, and yet it's still got that much kind of a heartburn. Freudian slip. Hop burn to it. It's actually very. It's like what Ashley was kind of alluding to. It's kind of they dry hopped it to the point where it's almost becoming its own worst enemy. Where it's becoming too dank and too oniony to where it starts to turn the other way, where it's not as pleasant. Like I like a good. Like you said, a good soft New England style IPA that's nice and juicy and like somewhat clean and fruity. Whereas this is getting, and you know what? I get some people like the dank, really dank oniony, but this is kind of like Great Lakes Brewing's attempt at making like Boss Tweed or something from, I forget what brewery that was, the one in the States, which I thought that was good in the sense that he liked garlic and onions. This here, it's not quite to that level, but it's still. I still think it's a very good beer, but your mileage may vary if you don't really like stuff with hop burn. And I can see where that would be this kind of thing where, okay, now you're getting a little too crazy, where that's really starting to cause fatigue. And you're right, it does kind of remind me of a beer made with Vikings because it's got almost like the fruity character, dank character, along with a bit maybe a cleaner finish. What's the other? There was Vike East and there was like a spin-off. Is it Voss East?
Well, Voss is a type of Vike East.
Yeah.
So they're all, Vike Easts, or they're all just there's different. So every time you see a different type of name of Vike East, it's because it's from a different farm. Like literally, it's yeast culture from that very specific like farmhouse in that area of Scandinavia. So sometimes they use family names.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. But at the same time, I think like a Vikings, I think a lot of them use that kind of like. It not only is it because it's a new trend, but it also acts very quickly, and they can pump this shit out.
Yeah, they ferment super fast, and they throw off a lot of like fruity phenols. So you get like a lot of like orient. I mean, it's all going to depend, but I mean, they're very fruit forward with regards to their aroma and their flavor characteristics that they can give off if used properly.
Yeah. That plays well in New England style IPAs, obviously. Like I've had Vikings based, but I do find them to be wilder fruit forward, a bit more dank than a lot of them. Maybe it's because. Even though it's only 2.5 months old, because usually there's a maturation period when you make a beer normally that might take some of the edge off of it. I don't know. I'm not a brewer. You are. Anyway, yeah. So I just say I do like it. I'm going to give it an 8 for the style and an 8 for overall enjoyment. I do like the beer, but I think, like, if I'll be totally honest, if I could get this for $3.20 a can, even $3.50 a can, I'd probably have it in my fridge at all times. Just saying, because I mean, like compared to like the Trailways I usually get, it's similar, and it's also much cheaper because Trailways is usually like $4.50, $5 a can.
Yeah,
and I still buy all kinds of that stuff. So
you do. It doesn't stop you.
Yeah. All right, let's go back out to the main panel here.
All right, I'll catch up on some comments here. I don't even know where we left off.
I'm going to take Lady Lee's camera out.
That's where I was.
Where was the last comment that you sort of clipped to there?
Because
I
think it was.
How long have you guys been doing this?
I think we answered that in a lower comment. We've been doing it since August of 2017.
2017, and then Greg says there's lots of Nick to catch up on. 3 years. Jamie's in the chat. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Doesn't really give a shit about any of us.
No.
And then Teku Murray goes, okay, Darlo, as in Darwin.
Fuck you, Ewert.
Wow.
And then reading tasting notes, I can see the reflection on his teleprompter. There's no reflection.
I mean,
You use a teleprompter.
That was me, and I still failed.
You were Trump.
Oh, dear.
Anyway.
That's it. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Damn,
Well,
I'm not having another
not
IPA
quite.
for a few days.
Not quite. Well, we have you said just sub boys and lady. Thank you very much. I want to point that out there.
Cheers.
Still got some YouTube money.
This actually points to my subscriber count. It's like now 985, so I'm 15.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 15 away from 1,000, the magic number.
Wow.
And Lee is uncharacteristically quiet. You're saying she talks a lot?
I was quiet on the microphone. Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
Rude.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to get down to writing the math while you guys talk, so go ahead.
Numbers. Business.
Your- that boss tweet,
You
Nick,
good.
that's from Old Nation Brewing.
Yes,
Co.
Old Nation. I remember that one being so dank and oniony, but I think I gave it a super high rating because I loved it.
And it's so funny
I forgot
because
to mention, this is dank as fuck. And right now, Joe is very upset. He's like, nah, dank is not a tasting now.
they,
What is
you know,
Joe for dank? I don't remember. It was so long since he's been alive.
I know. Miss him.
they really haven't come out with much. I mean, the boss tweet from Old Nation was all over the grams and the YouTubes, and now it's like nothing from Old Nation Brewing.
The internets.
The interwebs, yes. So clearly they're not really doing anything exciting since the last bottle share.
That's what it was. Like that's when Yort brought a bunch of old. I think was it Yort that brought a bunch of that, or was it Joe that got it from his buddy? What's his name?
The guys from Nerd Sense.
Oh fuck!
Where'd he get this
It was like Luke was his name, wasn't it? Or
I honestly can't remember. It was from one of his friends.
yeah.
And then Joe also brought that big bottle from Earth out in Cali.
Oh, the blueberry something.
Yeah.
Such
Crazy.
such.
Looking forward to doing this all again at the end of summer 2021.
Yeah.
Just saying. If it's feasible, I will do it again.
We will definitely have another bottle share where we will get Ashley so drunk he dirties his own carpet, then kicks us out of his house.
No, I'll actually eat this time. So that's good.
You're not gonna pass out or knock everything on the floor when you're trying to open a bottle, or
Yeah, I never passed out.
I'm always excited because every time I go to Ashley's toilet, it's like a game trying to hit that target.
Oh, the Target.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, the target in your toilet. You're right, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, we don't need the Targets anymore. The kids are old enough. So
That's awkward for me.
We believe in you.
Well, it's a peeing for distance contest. You can win it.
parlor tricks. You never know.
I don't have that parlor trick. I can tell you that now. I'm a idiot sitting down type person.
More like a potty trick.
Joe got it from Kyle.
It's terrible.
So yeah,
Not wrong.
Jamie says Joe got it from Kyle.
Kyle. Okay.
I don't know who Kyle is. Is Kyle one of the guys from Nerd Sense? I don't know. I don't know. I should follow some of our American brethren, but I don't get their beers, so I see no enjoyment in watching.
He doesn't care. Ashley just don't.
I forget what it was. I remember the name, but I like the username, and I think I shouted him out in my review. And I think you watched my review too.
Nick's angry, bro.
And the blueberry beer was from Earth. Yes, you are correct on that one.
It was like a blueberry imperial stout or some shit.
It was something aged.
Who made it? It was
some magical unicorn barrels. I don't know.
Anyway, let's get over to the scores and see how this thing they did.
Les scores.
Oh, okay. The beer,
What? I blame
7.5.
Ashley for these like weird numbers.
It didn't do terrible. Like the first one is for the rating based on the New England IPA style, and the other one is based on your overall enjoyment.
I just mean like the 7.85. Like he gets into technical numbers. He's like, this one's like a 2.179.
No, I think 1 decimal point. I never use 2 decimal. Oh no, I do use 2 decimal points.
Exactly.
I would never give it a 7.85.
You know what I mean.
Earth provided the beer from Bottle Logic. That was the name of it.
But Ashley's a professional brewer. He understands gravity and stuff like that.
He understands numbers.
Fucking Lord.
Goddamn egghead.
All right, so there we go. Yeah. decent beer.
Yeah, mediocre.
Oh,
and
no.
you know what? I'm really disappointed that they're not making Solstice, but instead they come out with another black IPA with lactose in it.
With lactose. Thank you, Dan.
So fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, but I wasn't surprised because Solstice seems to be an every 2-year beer for them, but still
It should be
so good.
should be an everyday beer for them.
I agree. Luckily, I've still got a few, but
Yeah, fucking black. Hey, and don't get me wrong, I like a good black IPA. That blows my tits off. But,
Was a
That's the second time you
flavor.
said that today, and I need to use that expression now because that's phenomenal.
Apocalypse Later was a pretty tasty black.
Blow my tits off. Like that is
blow my
aces.
tits off.
I need to use that.
There you go.
you can't make a black IPA hazy. You know what I mean? It's just black. It's a black IPA.
It's just black. Ashley Sexton 2020.
Check out my super fancy hazy imperial stout. Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And because of the malts used, you can't go too fruity with it. You got to stay class. Anyways, I'm gonna.
Stay
Yeah,
classy.
Yeah.
I digress. Sorry.
Tell us how you really feel, Ashley.
Oh,
What's a what is a lactose black IPA even gonna taste like? Like chocolate?
I don't know.
milk
We're about to find out.
and fruit.
like a bag of
I
smashed
find it
apple.
really works when you have a black IPA that's pine forward.
I almost feel that this is going to have to be an anal beer.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Send it in the January shipment
If I can get a few of them out there.
with
Yeah.
an IPA 15.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I still got to track one of those down. I'm sure they're available.
So so I guess we're just waiting for the magic question, so we can
Magical
finish this
question.
thing up.
Somebody asked the question. I'm
The
not in
magical
there.
question: what are we going to do for one of the last weeks of 2020? Now that it is almost freaking over.
Actually, that probably will be the last review, unless we do one on the 30th as well.
Well,
Which
it'll
I
depend.
guess I don't see why we wouldn't.
I thought we were doing the $15 exciting beer on the 30th.
Really? Is that going to be the year ender?
That's what I thought it was.
Which one are we doing in year end?
The winter beard.
Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah, we have to make Ashley buy another Muskoka.
That's coming straight out of Ashley's kids' college fund.
I'm not using my money for that. That's
I
coming.
like this idea.
Yeah.
Fuck the kids.
I think
Okay.
I'm available that week.
Ooh, I like it when you're available.
Wow,
Sorry.
Nick.
Oh, man.
Wow, Nick, you couldn't even wait till the after chat to start
No,
hitting.
I couldn't.
It's okay.
Oh, God.
I thought it was funny. That's all that matters, right?
It's kind of why I said it. Sorry.
Everything's
Oh,
a
no.
casting couch to Nick.
For fuck's sake, shut up, Greg.
No, I was. Oh no.
Still waiting for that magic question.
Anybody?
Somebody ask.
Bueller?
Because I'm not there.
Bueller.
Usually I ask.
Thanks.
You know what?
Bueller.
Technically he's not talking, so there we could say he's. What is
Yeah.
next week's beer? It's next week we're going to do a bring your own beer edition. That's holiday themed, so we're going to do like Christmas or holiday or Hanukkah beers or whatever you've got, and so Christmas beers. So this one, like Santa Sack, for example.
Yeah.
So we want to do, and it could be if you don't have access to anything like specifically Christmas related, just bring a holiday, like a winter beer, like a winter warmer or something, whatever you got.
Warmer.
So literally, we made the net
You
wide
might
enough
like a winter warmer.
you can just join. For
That's what I call people's hands. Winter warmers.
Winter warmers,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I think that pretty much sums it up. So I want to go back through and flip. We've got, of course, little comments from Lee. So thank you, Lee. Thank you, Redbeard. Thank you. Okay, maybe not him, but thank you. It's that sensational. Who else do we have with us tonight? Flip through the comments here.
Basement's in there.
Basement was in there. Thank you, Jamie. Thought we had one more person in there, but I may have. If I apologize, thank you anyway. And
It's just Greg in chat. He doesn't count.
We're being watched on 2 screens. That's hot.
alrighty. Anyway, so yeah, and of course, thank you, Redbeard, Lee, Lady Lee. It is Greg and Ashley for coming on tonight. We will.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. And yeah, don't worry about it. Like you might be a new kind of beer it doesn't matter. Just come on. We like having you.
You're still
So
better than Greg, so
what?
You could just make fun of me the whole time, so it's
Well,
okay.
you drown out Greg, so I mean it works.
I said you're still better than Greg. So
You know what?
Alrighty.
I'm gonna quit your show.
No, you're not.
I can't quit you, Nick.
Can't quit me.
Nah. But there's one more thing we forgot to say, and that's penis.